Hey everyone, Cheoff Geoff here. Welcome to my kitchen. And if you're a subscriber, just want to say thanks for tuning in and giving us a watch. If you're new to the channel, just take a moment and hit that old subscribe button, hit the little bell beside it. You're going to get a notification every single time one of these awesome videos is going to be coming at you. All that being said, thanks for coming in. And here we are. So today we are going to be making slow cooker Thai curry chicken. It's totally gluten-free, and we're just gonna get rolling on it here. So if you really want to think like a chef, you really got to have a soft spot for slow food. So slow food allows you to give you some time for flavors to come together. So what we're doing here today is I've got my slow cooker, I've got it set on a saute function, throwing in a little bit of olive oil in there, and some chopped onion. If you remember from one of my other videos, I went through some techniques for cutting the onion. So we got some onion, we got some olive oil, some garlic, a little pepper, and a touch of salt. So what we're gonna do, the salt's gonna draw out some of the liquid. We're gonna get that cooking really nicely. And if you don't have a saute function on your slow cooker, you can do this in a pan. All these onions are going to start picking up the chicken flavor as well as we start to brown them. It'll take a few minutes to get rolling, and that's all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to process a whole whack of vegetables that's going to go in this as well. To start, we got a zucchini, and the easiest way to do this, we're going to chop it in half, chop this in half, and we're cutting like, if you really want to consider the cut size, this is like the size of your clean or slash not so clean knuckle of your thumb. So just like this, and I kind of angle them like this. All right. Slow cookers, what they're going to end up doing is you're going to make their whole house smell great. We've got a whole lot of time, especially during COVID and all that stuff, that we just got a little more time. So let's spend a little time and make slow food, right? So we've got some onions here that are getting pretty close to translucent, which is great. We're gonna throw in our chicken to brown. And you may have to work in batches depending on your size here. We're just gonna kind of get it right to the bottom. All right, it's already starting to smell oniony and nice. Great. Get these in here. You can go up there. There we go. So these chicken thighs, I've just marinated them with a little bit of olive oil, Cajun spice, salt, pepper, and a touch of cumin. I did it ahead of time just because, I had time. But if you want to make a spice blend of this, it's literally just 2 tablespoons of either paprika or Cajun spice, 1 tablespoon of cumin, about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, salt and pepper to taste, mix them all together, and there's your spice blend. You don't have to marinate it overnight, but if you want to, if you got that extra time, why not, right? So we got zucchini here, now we've got potato. I've just washed it off. This is a russet potato, like a baking potato. And don't worry about de-skinning it. And what this potato is going to do is add a little touch of starch as well. That'll help thicken the broth. All right, let's just check and see how our chickens are doing. Yeah, we're just getting a little bit of browning. Let's actually turn this up just a touch. I have it at 325 degrees, but I'm going to put them up to 350. Oh, it's already starting to smell great. Now, let's just say you don't have a slow cooker, but you still want to make this recipe. The way I'm kind of replicating this is you can do this just in a pot as well. So if you were just at home and you were using just a big stock pot, you'd have the same process going. You would be browning your chicken, and what you'll do is the cooking time will be much less. This is like a 6-hour slow cook, but once all your vegetables are in and all your sauces are in, you're going to bring it to a boil and you're just going to simmer for, I don't know, about an hour until things until all your vegetables are cooked and your chicken has been cooked and so forth. It's going to be great. All right. So again, potatoes and all that stuff, we're just cutting them into, rustic chunks. Chunk is a very chefy term. So what I have here, I've already got I've got 1 red pepper and 1 green pepper. I've already got them cut up. So all I've done is cut it directly in half. I removed the seeds and the top, and we're just cutting them into nice thick pieces. And again, same idea, just big rustic chunks of vegetables. Got a very full cutting board right here. I got to clean that up. So we're going to move on to our next batch of chicken here because we're almost ready to go. Great. So the whole idea of searing this chicken is you're locking in a little bit of moisture. And if you're going to go to the store and you can't find chicken thighs or chicken legs, you can use chicken drumsticks, you can use chicken breasts. Chicken thighs and chicken legs will work best in this application just for the reason that they've got a little more moisture, they have a little bit more fat content, and they're just, there's a little more flavor because they're actually on a bone. Now these have obviously been de-skinned and deboned, but it's definitely the preferred chicken for this application. All right. Looking good. Last but not least is just a carrot. We're just going to cut it right in half. And the same idea, I've kind of angled it to the side, and in you go. Chicken's looking good. All right. And I've been cooking for about 3 minutes here, and I've already made a huge mess, but that's all right. That's how we roll here in this kitchen. All right, we're gonna flip these over. We got a stray piece of onion that's just going right back in there. So I do have a little bit of lager here, and we're just gonna deglaze just ever so slightly. Get a bit of beer flavor in there. All right. Chickens are good to go. All right. So that beer is going to cook down ever so slightly. We're going to get rid of these chickens here. Ah, it's my favorite smell. Deglazed booze. All right, now we're getting ready to add in our Thai curry paste. Or sorry, yes, our Thai curry paste. This is a cup of Thai curry paste. You can get it pretty much any kind of store you're looking for here. We're going to throw that in. So what you want to do is really mix it in with all your onions in your beer. And you just want to kind of activate all the oils that are in there. So there's hot peppers, there's ginger in there, there's a little bit of soy. And you're just going to work it in, and once you start to see the oils come up from it, you're good to go. This is the giant, Thai curry paste that I use at work. You can get much smaller cans and so forth at your grocery store. Oh yeah, oh boy, this is already starting to smell spectacular. Awesome. All right, while this is cooking, we're going to add, this is 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. We're going to work that in. Brown sugar is going to kind of calm down the heat a little bit, and you're going to add a touch of sweetness to your paste. All right. So this is rice wine vinegar. If you don't have rice wine, you can just use apple cider, any kind of vinegar you got hanging around. You just want a little touch of acidity. Okay. A little bit of soy sauce. So 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and that was 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar. Muy excelente. And again, just work it in. Oh, it's starting to smell spectacular. All right. Starting to get our oils come up. Excellent. Okay. We're ready to start adding our bunch of our vegetables and our chicken in, and what we're going to do after that is I'll talk about how we process some ginger and some lemongrass, 2 really key ingredients to a great Thai curry. All right. Veggies are going in. And all the liquid from that chicken, everything is going in there. There we go. Marvelous. Got a few more pieces of vegetables here on the cutting board. In we go. And then really key component is your coconut milk. I always recommend coconut cream. It adds a little bit more sweetness, but if you can't find it, coconut milk is a-okay as well. Everything's going in. All right. Now we've got a little bit of chicken broth. We're gonna start with a cup, and maybe we may need a little bit more. It's 1 cup. So the whole idea is you're adding liquid to the point where everything is submerged, and really that's all you're gonna need. Okay. Just kind of work that in a little bit. Oh yeah. Great. Just a touch more. So this is about 2.5 cups of chicken broth. We're gonna throw in a little sriracha. Gotta make sure you open it up first. There we go. Great. A little sriracha goes in there. And some fresh lime juice to really help brighten up your the flavor of your broth. Squeeze that right in there. So this batch is like a family-sized batch. I think this is a 6-quart slow cooker. So this is going to be enough to feed a family for at least twice. So we're making lots and lots and lots of curry, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. All right, so now everything is in. I'm going to set it to the slow cook function. It's on low, and the time I'm going to set will be 6 hours. And again, this is that slow food component that I'm talking about. You're just going to set things up. Now we're going to be cooking at home, and we're all working from home and so forth, and your house is just going to smell fantastic. So last but not least, we've got a little bit of ginger and some lemongrass. So ginger, you want to use a spoon, and just avert your eyes, because you're going to be peeling it up, and eventually, invariably, it's going to kind of spit at you. Oh, I already feel some on my face. So you're just removing all the skin this way. You can use a peeler if you want, but this technique, it gives you a little more finesse and a little more control over getting rid of all that skin. Got my microplane handy. And we're just gonna get this right in there. There we go. Oh, that fresh ginger smell, just the minute you start working it, it just smells so nice. All right. I've got a really serious face while I'm doing this. Oh, let's go, let's go. You have to add a little bit of pressure, and if you don't have a microplane, you can just use a cheese grater. But the whole idea by using this instead of chopping it is you're releasing a lot of the liquid that is inside of the ginger, and it just smells great, and it's going to taste great as well. All right, awesome. So for those who have worked or haven't worked with lemongrass, this is it here. So you've got it's got a bit of a peel on it, and it's really fibrous and just not very tasty. So what you want to do is just remove this really, really fibrous peels here. We're going to cut in half. Cut this off as well. So when you remove that, I think you're going to remove about 2 layers of that peel. All right. So what you've done now is you're starting to see this kind of green, light green color. And all we're doing here is we're going to bash it with the back of a knife. And that's going to help release all the flavor out of it. Oh, it just smells so nice. This is a really key component of a Thai curry. I've got 3 stalks here, so I'm just going to bash them up and put them in. And it's actually really, really satisfying as well to just bash the back of these things. If you're having a rough day, get yourself some lemongrass. You're gonna be feeling pretty good. All right, everything is in here. The last thing you want to do is just add a touch of salt and pepper. Work that in. We're gonna put our lid on, and we're ready to roll. Get in there, stay in there. Let's be friends. All right. We're getting our lid on. And listen, my house is gonna smell spectacular for the next 6 hours. All right, guys, it smells really, really good in here. And we're just gonna pull this top off and see how it smells, how it tastes. And okay, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that right now. So we're just gonna give this thing a quick stir and a little taste. I've already removed the lemongrass because that's just a really messy process. But when this is done, remove the lemongrass and you're ready to go. So let's give this a taste. I'm gonna taste it one more time because it's excellent. All right, great. So moving on here, I'm gonna try to build a nice looking plate, but we're gonna see what happens here. So I've got a cup of rice and I got a mold here. I'm just gonna stap it down. Hey, it stayed in place. Awesome, all right. Here's hoping I'm gonna get a nice looking plate here. So I'm gonna get, and it's funny the way the things have really changed in terms of the color of the broth. It was really, really light before. Now it's got that deep, deep orange color. Oh yeah, it looks great. Smells so good. Oh yeah, so rustic looking and just perfect. All right, one little scoop here. Let's try not to be too messy. All right. So the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna throw a little bit of cilantro on it. So I'm just gonna rough chop this baby right here. Throw some cilantro. Oh, that's not a bad looking plate, pretty good. All right guys, we got a family size meal here. We got gluten-free curry chicken from my kitchen to yours. Bon appetit.